Okay, so let's talk about Talk to Me. I went to go see this movie back in Sundance, and that was like back in January. I did a review and everything, and I really loved it. I really did. And I went to go see it again. I got the chance to see it about 2 weeks ago, and it's coming out this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and do an updated review because that was back in January. We're in the middle of July right now, end of July almost. So 6 months after, and I watched it again. How do I feel about it? I still love it. So let's talk about it right here. Michael and Danny Philippous's latest film, horror film, Talk to Me, is definitely going to change the horror game up in a way we haven't seen in a bit. Not since Hereditary, I will say, is their most recent horror movie. I think that shook things up, and it is definitely the freshest horror movie of the year so far as well. And I'm very, very excited. So let's talk about everything I loved about this movie and what it's generally about. So pretty much the only premise that you have to know about this is there is this possessed hand and you're able to talk to spirits with it. That's it. Don't go watch anything else. If you've already seen the trailer, fine. I don't think the trailer really gives anything away, especially after a second viewing. But I will say going into this without knowing a damn thing is the best way to go. I went into this at Sundance just seeing the title, saw what it was about, from a little like log line that I think said like a group of friends summon spirits and all of this. And I just saw a picture and that was it. And I was blown away by what I saw. What a crowd as well. I mean, just the crowd's reaction and everything at Sundance, and the second time viewing it at the press screening a couple of weeks ago here. I am just still so ready to see this once again with friends and family, because it is one of those movies that once you see it, you want to take people you know to go watch it because you just want to share that reaction and those moments together. And that's definitely what this movie is going to be. Now, all of that besides the point, does the story live up? And it definitely does. I will say that for sure. I think at its core, this movie really does have a more profound message about, I would say, grief and all of that. And I think that that really does come across, but at the same time it's still able to really develop this humor as well as this very dark horror to it. And that's a very tricky thing to balance in movies nowadays. I think sometimes these movies can be funny and they'll stay funny, or they can be horrific and the jokes don't really land. I think with Talk to Me, it's able to really have that pacing very well, where it's able to go back and forth and it doesn't really feel like it leans one way or the other. It just feels like a great complete package. Now, Sophie D, the star of this, is very great as well. I think we're going to be definitely seeing a lot more of them in the upcoming future. I think they did such an amazing job in this movie, and I would love to see them go beyond horror as well, because we know a lot of times when there's a great horror actor, actress, whatever, it usually is they get typecasted into that role a lot as we go forward. But I think that they definitely have the ability to branch out. There's a lot of range in their role, and some of the scenes and all of that really do get to you as well. And I will say, when it comes to the horror aspect of it, I think that this movie really pushes the envelope, I think, and it doesn't rely on these cheap jump scares or anything like that. There is some truly horrific, grotesque imagery in this movie that really will have you going like this. Like, I saw a lot of people at both screenings at Sundance and at the recent one I went to this month, covering their eyes, looking away, squirming around, just squeamish about the things that happened here. And it's not that type of like gore or grotesque thing that's just like gross to look at and it's just like ugh, like whatever. And it gets to a point sometimes where it's just way too much, you know. This is something that feels just the right amount of push, just the right amount of sort of shock for you, but it doesn't feel gross and it doesn't feel overdone. And when they do it, after seeing a second time, I realize they don't do it that much, but it really does stick with you as you're watching this film. I really do think that for sure. I think that possession here also is very interesting as well, and I really haven't seen much of it be done in this manner in a while either. And I really do think that this is going to open up the floodgates for more movies that will try to kind of replicate this. And it's not always a bad thing, you know, like they say always that that is the sincerest form of flattery, right? But I do think that this is definitely going to be one of those movies that will be influential for what we see in the next 5 years when it comes to horror, because I know studios will look at that and be like, let's go in that direction. So I definitely do think that they have something special here for sure. Like I said, this is definitely one of those movies that feels fresh right from the get-go. That first opening act is just so intense and honestly catches you off guard. I was just like in awe when I watched it at Sundance, and everybody in the theater as well. We watched it with a very packed theater back then. Like the whole seats and everything were taken in. This was because we had gone to the second showing after the opening night buzz and everything was floating around when it first premiered. Because like I said before on the channel, if you haven't seen some of my other videos talking about this Sundance trip, we went to go watch Infinity Pool, and then Talk to Me was premiering that same night. I wanted to watch Infinity Pool. We were doing the red carpet for Infinity Pool, so I was like, I'm gonna have to go watch this. But I had already been hyped about Talk to Me when I first got there and was reading about it. I enjoyed Infinity Pool. I still do. I really did enjoy being out there and getting to share that film and talk to some of the actors and all of that, and Brandon Cronenberg. That was a great moment for sure. But I do think that Talk to Me just sounded hype that after that night, because I told you I came out of Infinity Pool, went on my phone to log like the notes and everything, and on Twitter, Talk to Me, Talk to Me, Talk to Me. Everybody's talking about Talk to Me at Sundance. So next day, made sure to get my tickets for the press screening, and amazing. So overall, I enjoyed it a second time around. I didn't really find anything wrong with the film, I will say. I see some people complaining about certain aspects on that third act, and to a degree I understand, but I also do understand why the film took some of those turns and all of that. You know, it made sense, and I do want to talk spoilers, but I don't want to spoil anything here, so I will do a spoiler video probably on Thursday, so make sure you're tuning in for that. So overall, is Talk to Me a great film? It is not only the best horror movie of the year, it is one of the best films of the year, period. And I definitely do recommend seeing this in a theater if you get the chance with an audience. It is just such a great experience, honestly. And overall, we will give Talk to Me 5 stars. I think it's the best horror movie so far, and it is the one to beat, and it's not even close right now, honestly. So let me know what you think about Talk to Me in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about the upcoming horror films that are coming out still. We got the Exorcist Believer trailer. I will make a video for that as well. We got Saw X and a ton of other ones. So make sure you're tuning in for that. Make sure you're subscribing down below as we are reaching 30,000 subscribers. Super excited about that. At 28,000, we will announce a giveaway winner. So all you have to do to still enter the giveaway is be subscribed and comment below you want to enter the giveaway. Let me know what you think about Talk to Me, if you've seen it already at a screening or anything like that, or if you're planning to go see it this weekend, in the comments down below. As always, that's going to do it for me. Check out our other videos. Check out our other social media channels, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. On the road to 30,000 subscribers. Super, 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 super close to that. So can't wait to get to that point right there. And as always, stay safe, stay positive.